What is going on, my beautiful and amazing friends and family from across the world, and welcome back to another video. I'm wearing my glasses today because I'm ready to get learned. Okay, not really. Those I don't need my glasses. I can barely see out of those things. I think I've got a little bit of a headache going now. But today we're going to be reviewing a video from Leah Yu. It's worst foods for acne. Get rid of hormonal acne naturally. Leah Yu, when she does videos about acne, they blow up. This one has 3.1 million views. It's only 6 minutes. So we're going to see the top foods that she says are worst for your acne. Let's jump into it. See what she says.
I totally understand that frustration, spending so much time, energy, and most importantly, a lot of money, expecting this one skincare product can somehow magically clear up our skin. But you might have also learned that skincare products are probably nothing more than masking the problem. So what we really want to do instead, in order to clear up our skin from the very root, is to look inside our body. And that sounds creepy. There are numerous factors that can contribute in forming acne, but the major two causes are number 1, hormonal imbalance, number 2, inflammation. In this video, I'll be speaking a lot about insulin level, blood sugar, blah blah blah, but it's really important to understand this formula that can cause acne.
Okay, so I like how she started in the beginning of the video, basically saying like, yo, we all think of products first, but actually products aren't what you think they are. They don't turn off the acne, they just mask it. And the real way to address your acne is to find what the source of it is. I think a lot of us have heard this before, but I really like what she's getting at so far.
Basically, if our blood sugar level goes up, our body naturally produces something called insulin to regulate that. But the thing is, when insulin is produced, this affects to disrupt our hormone level and pump something called androgen hormone. And this guy stimulates sebum production, and it makes our sebum much gloopier, so it clogs the pore. Therefore, acne happens. All of our cystic zits that we have on top of our surface of the skin is some sort of inflammation. So what we want to do is stay away from those food that can mess up our hormones and that can inflame our skin and our bodies.
Yeah, so pretty much on point there. There's definitely some details and stuff, but like she's not trying to get all scientific with this, but she's right. That's basically what happens. As your blood sugar goes up, your insulin goes up, you have something called mTOR that gets triggered, and mTOR causes you to just have an outpouring of sebum oil on your face or your body, depending on where your acne is.
Foods to avoid, number 1. Sugar, since it will spike your blood sugar levels, and there's really no doubt you'll get clearer skin once you lower or even cut out your sugar intake. Number 2.
So many people are just having the hardest time right now already. They're closing the video, closing my computer, can't have sugar, get out of here.
Dairy. We've talked about this before. Basically, dairy is a natural source of sugar, surprisingly, but also cow's milk contain growth hormones and inflammatory substances that can glue your skin cells together, eventually blocking your pores. And especially if you're lactose intolerant, do not force your body to consume milk, because gut issue is another acne triggering factor. You can easily...
Okay, first off, love that she brought up dairy. I think everybody should really take a look at whether or not dairy is really exacerbating their acne, because most people will see an improvement by taking it out. What she said about your skin cells gluing together, I don't know about that. I don't necessarily think that that's true. There are tons of other reasons though. Inflammation is definitely one of them, but most everybody reacts in some way or another to milk, and especially specifically the lactose that's in there, and also the leucine. It's an amino acid called leucine that's in there. There's a high level of both of those, and those can both cause a ton of different problems, from food allergies to just in general inflammation. So yeah, dairy is generally not a good one, and it's best to replace it with some sort of plant-based milk if you're talking about milk or plant-based cheese or whatever it is that you're used to.
You can easily substitute dairy products to plant-based milk and nut milks. Number 3, high glycemic foods. These are basically the foods that break down quickly and peak our blood sugar level. You might have heard of good carbs and bad carbs. And bad carbs are normally high glycemic foods, such as white breads, white rice, cereals, potato chips, and so on. You might want to change these high glycemic foods to good carbs like whole grain foods, brown rice, and oatmeal, and healthier nutritional snacks. Foods to eat to clear up.
Okay, so you probably have heard me talk about glycemic index before. You probably heard other people talk about it. It just sounds so boring. There's not a better name for it. It's not sexy, but generally it seems really hard to switch from simple carbs, high glycemic index foods, to complex carbs or good carbs that are low glycemic index foods. But I'm telling you, once you start making those changes, then they become automatic and it's something you never think about. Like for example, changing white rice to brown rice in the beginning seems like a big deal. After, you're just like, whatever, it all tastes the same. Changing from, white bread to whole wheat bread in the beginning, I like the white bread more, it's more gummy, and then eventually you just stop thinking about it and it just becomes natural. You're always reaching for the whole grain bread. So yeah, these changes are really simple, really easy, but they do have a big impact.
Foods to eat to clear up your skin. Number 1, vitamin A. A lot of acne patients are found to have a very, very, very low level of vitamin A inside their blood. That's why a lot of acne medications like Roaccutane are like a potent, like condensed version of vitamin A, but that also comes with a lot of side effects, so I highly recommend you guys to take it from food or supplement form. It can regulate the sebum production and kill the bad guys inside our skin, boost the collagen level inside our skin, and just protect our skin. Carrots, broccoli, and sweet potatoes, really, really good. Omega-3 fatty acids.
Okay, definitely vibing with vitamin A. You should definitely get a bunch of it in your daily diet from your food, because Google this, it's really interesting. Google, USA vitamin deficiency and then whatever. So vitamin A right now, and see how many just regular everyday Americans are deficient in vitamin A. It's insane.
Acids, oh my god, I love omega-3. ALA is something that a lot of acne patients also are deficient in. This is like a wonderful nutrient that can reduce your inflammation in the body. Flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, salmons, beautiful. Zinc is like a beautiful micronutrient that kind of get overlooked, but once I started incorporating zinc supplement into my routine, I started seeing difference on my skin. It's like I don't really have a lot of breakouts anymore. Zinc is really, really good at killing that P. acne, the acne causing bacteria. And please eat antioxidant rich foods.
Yeah, so omega-3 is definitely something everybody should include, and people are definitely, deficient in omega-3. A lot of people are, and that's an anti-inflammatory thing, so that can really help with your acne, which is inflammatory. As far as zinc goes, really good that she brought it up, but I think she should have added also that it's important to know that if you are deficient in zinc and then you start supplementing it, you can actually have more breakouts, especially right in the beginning before your body gets used to it. But especially if you've been deficient in zinc for a long time, one of the things that zinc does is regulates your hormones, which means if you have a deficiency of zinc, you'll have less testosterone than you naturally should be having. So when you start adding that building block back into your body can start creating the right amount of testosterone. And if that means that your natural testosterone bumps up a bit, you're also going to have more acne, because having a higher level of testosterone means, generally for a lot of people, it means more inflammation. It also means a lot more sebum production, a lot more oil production. So that's something to be aware of, because correcting your zinc deficiency is always a good idea, but be prepared that it's not necessarily you're gonna take it for a week and have clear skin. You might have it worse.
Foods like berries, dark leafy greens like kale, and green tea every single day. Every single people are going to benefit from antioxidants, because it's going to make our skin really healthy and just makes our skin more fit to fight against the free radicals in the air that can damage our skin and that can actually pop a pimple on top of our skin. So it's really, really crucial. Probiotics is going to help you guys with the gut issues, so it's going to reduce the inflammation over there. And not only that, probiotics can also increase the absorption of the vitamins that we intake daily, so it's very, very important. And it's found in a lot of fermented food like sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, miso soup, so enjoy! Cutting out certain foods and incorporating more nutrient-dense and real food into your diet is really going to help you guys out in clearing up your skin, and I'm speaking from a very personal experience. I believe in real foods, and I think it's just a wonderful medium to show your body some self-love, because you're basically nourishing your body with food. And I want to love myself and I want to love my body, and in order to do that, I want to put only good foods into my body to to fuel. I think it's all about the
So the last thing she mentions there are antioxidants and probiotics. You know what's going on with this. Antioxidants are so good with fighting free radicals, and they don't just come from, you know, the environment, the air, but also things that you eat, things that you do, the way that you live your life. Definitely a lot of free radicals bumping around your body, and you want to have some of the free radical police, the antioxidants there, to keep it all under control. And then, of course, you know, I'll talk about probiotics many times on this channel. So if you ever want to learn more about that, look up acne, gut health, team acne. You're going to see a bunch of videos talking about it. But all this stuff, super, super good. I was actually kind of hoping as we were watching the video that I'd find something that I just in my gut disagree with, so I could be angry and say like, this is such bad advice. But everything was great. I think she has some really sound advice. I think one thing that I want to applaud her for is the fact that she didn't like reinvent the wheel. She didn't make up something just so that she would have something different than everyone else is doing, because I feel like that's such a common practice on YouTube. No one wants to put out sound advice because you probably have heard some of the sound advice before, and that's not really the best clickbait. But sound advice is sound because it works. And so, yeah, I echo everything she said in this video. I think you could really take a lot of this advice and see a huge improvement in your acne and your skin quality and texture by just changing a few of these things. Speaking of eating healthier and changing a few of these things about your diet, last week I went pretty hard on like junk food. I drank a little bit, had a little bit more sugar than I usually do. And as you can see, I have some breakouts on my face. So kind of like, oh, there we go. I got one over here. It's kind of social proof or anecdotal proof that when you get off of your diet, when you're eating the wrong things, you can expect to have a couple more breakouts. And that's fine, by the way. The goal is not to have perfectly clear skin all the time. It's to understand why your skin does what it does and to understand how to control your skin. So speaking of that, if you haven't checked out my acne program already, it'll help you do all of those things. It's theacnemethod.com. We'll put a link in the description below. It's the best thing you are ever going to spend just $10 on. And if you want to check out my favorite skincare products in the entire world, all vegan, all cruelty-free, all small batch made, check out Banish. I'll put my code and link in the description below. Brian5 will get you $5 off an order of 50 or more. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big old thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Let me know if there's any foods that you would also add to this list that would help acne, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Remember, you are not alone. You are beautiful, and you're part of Team Acne. I'll see you guys in the very next video.